What I'm going to do today is to show you some way to hang on to a towel instead of leaving it lay in one place when you need it someplace else. The pattern we're going to use is called Quick Kitchen Gifts. And these are just two of the samples of the towels that I'm going to be showing you how to do. To start with, you need your basic fabric, and you need two pieces that are about 7 by 9 with some batting in between. Then find a towel to go with it, and this is the one that I've chosen. But you can use, this is just a plain tea towel, kitchen towel. You can use a waffle weave towel, or you can use a terry cloth towel. Any one of those make a wonderful piece for your project. The next thing you need are your accent fabrics. One is cut on the bias, and that is a fatter piece but a little bit shorter. The other one are two thinner pieces, only 2 inches wide but about 18 inches long, and those are going to be your ties. When you have your fabric put together, what you need to do is to join it, and you can either do free motion, which a lot of people really enjoy. I'm not that good at it, so what I tend to do is cross hatch, and the way you can do that is either with a piece that belongs on your machine. It just goes on and you follow this line along as you are cross hatching, or my favorite method actually is taking painter's tape and just laying it on, stitching on both sides, moving it, stitching again. But whatever your method is, anything will work. Once you have this stitched, then you put on your pattern, cut it out, and you wind up with something like this. But here what I have done is I have added my bias. You fold your bias in half, you stitch it on, fold it over, stitch it down again, and this is the piece that you've got. This is the back, this is the top with your top stitching. Once you have that done, you take your towel, and you need to fold your towel so that it is approximately 5.5 inches. I pin it, and you can fold it however you want. It doesn't make any difference. And then once I have it pinned, I just stitch it with a basting stitch because I would rather work without pins whenever I can. What you're doing next is to take your piece that you cut out of your fabric, fold it around, and then attach it to your towel. You center your towel on there. This one I have already pinned together, and it's centered. And what I'm going to do now is just quickly stitch over this line of stitching where I held my bias binding on. And I'm going to be sewing through all the layers of fabric. And you want to make sure that you take out your pins before you get to them. Once you have that stitched on, then you're ready to add the last piece, and that is your ties. Your ties are cut from the 2-inch wide, 18-inch long piece that you have then folded, as I have folded here, and press down. I've also folded in my 2 short ends so that there are no raw edges showing. And then you just lay this over here and pin it. And I haven't quite figured out how to get away without pinning this area, but you pin it so that it stays in there. And then you can pin this whole area, or here you can just hang on to these and stitch. But you're going to stitch all the way up one side, around, and back down the other side, so that when you are done, you have your tie that is, let me take this one off. That is completely stitched all the way. Now with this, you can attach this to your grill. If you want to use it in the house, you certainly can. You can attach it to a picnic table. You can attach it to a tree outside. You'll always know where your towel is.